All right, listen. There is a virus loose in this country, and I'm not talking about COVID-19. There is one that, in a certain sense, is much more destructive ultimately than the COVID-19 virus. And I'm talking about this Christian fascism that is loose. It's just rampaging through the country, and the latest is the Fox television sewer. And the lawmakers who are members of the Christian Fascist Party are now pushing this new false flag conspiracy that the FBI orchestrated the attack on the U.S. Capitol. This is astonishing that this is going on. And the leader of this movement is the subhuman, the cretin named, what's his name, Tucker Carlson, over at the Fox sewer. What is this son of a bitch trying to do? Well, I think it's pretty obvious what he's trying to do. But anyway, the Fox sewer and all these Christian fascist websites and the Christian fascist members of Congress are promoting this theory that it was the FBI that organized, orchestrated, and carried out the deadly attack on January 6th. Now, this insane idea comes from an article published about a week ago by a right-wing website that is just populated with crazy fuckers. I'm not going to mention the name of it. You know, it's just another one of these insane right-wing websites. And after this piece was picked up by Fox sewer host Tucker Carlson, he used it on his opening segment last Tuesday, I think, to slam the FBI. Tucker Carlson saying the FBI played a role in the January 6th attack. Tucker Carlson, by any measurement, is fucking crazy. I mean, there is no argument. You can tell a number of ways that he has gone over the edge and is totally insane. First of all, his politics are the politics of somebody who's totally lost touch with reality. Second is what he talks about and the way he presents it. But a third aspect of identifying Tucker Carlson's madness is look at his fucking eyes. If you can stand to switch to the Fox sewer when he's on in the evening at some point, I'm not sure when, I think 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But if you get a chance, go ahead, tune in and look at his eyes when he looks into the camera. It's just that look of someone who is absolutely insane, a person you don't want to be in the same room with unless you have witnesses. It's incredible, this guy. Now, ever since Carlson read this bullshit on the Fox sewer, a bunch of these Christian fascist lawmakers quickly piled on. They always do, don't they? In fact, these crazy fuckers entered this article into the congressional record. Oh my God, please. They tweeted about what was on the Fox sewer. They condemned the FBI agents who supposedly, quote, organized and participated, end quote, in the Capitol attack. And then these vermin demanded answers from the FBI director, Christopher Wray. But here's the problem. Like so much that these Christian fascist filth are spreading across the scope of this country now. The underlying article was nothing more than a bunch of bullshit, lies, ignorance, inaccurate dribble about what whoever wrote the article saw as bombshells in court filings. Oh, no. Now, people who still have a brain, who work in the legal profession, laughed off Tucker Carlson's bullshit of how court documents supposedly reveal that, quote, FBI operatives were organizing the attack, end quote. Yeah, that's how he distilled information in lawsuits based on this goddamn article on this right-wing website. Twitter even fact-checked Carlson's comments last Wednesday, and called them baseless. But the right-wing disinformation echo chamber was already at full blast, and this false flag bullshit went viral. Okay? Now, all of these so-called false flag theories are just latest examples of this right-wing nuttery that tries to deflect responsibility for what happened on January 6th away from this vile son of a bitch, the Orange Vomit, and his supporters. You know who I'm referring to, the filthy pig who squats on a pile of cheeseburgers down in Mar-a-Lago. But so many of these Christian fascist officials in Congress and the conservative sewer outlets on the internet and on television have promoted the bullshit that the attack was instigated by Democrats. Yes, supported by Black Lives Matter. Oh, you can tell by all the Negroes in the crowd, right? And members of the far left Antifa movement. Ooh, what a combination. Democrats, Black Lives Matter activists, and Antifa. Oh my God, we have to save the country from these people. Jesus. So this fucked up website published its story a week ago, last Monday. And the article fit right into that site's bullshit conservative clickbait, as it's called. The homepage last Wednesday featured all sorts of these horror stories from people who took the COVID-19 vaccine. Oh, yeah, their arms are falling off. They're going insane. They're eating their own eyeballs. It's just fucking horrible what the COVID-19 vaccine is doing to people. And it also said that First Lady Dr. Jill Biden spoke to her husband in a bitchy fashion. Oh, no. Now, if you want to know the nexus of this bullshit story, CNN puts it together. Here it is. Several indictments against Capitol rioters who are accused of planning the attack with extremist groups like these fucked up Oath Keepers and QAnon scum and 3% ass fuckers and the rest of these. They include references to unindicted co-conspirators. Oh. The article claimed that these co-conspirators could actually be FBI informants or undercover agents who infiltrated the groups and played a leading role in planning the attack and storming the Capitol. God, you know, we people on the left side of the political spectrum in this dying republic, we have more fucking power, don't we? I mean, we're destroying Christianity. We're destroying education. We're destroying the proper place where women belong, on their backs in the bedroom or on their feet in the kitchen. We're destroying the political purity of the country. We're destroying the white race. I mean, my God, we are giants of destruction, aren't we? Those of us on the left. In the meantime, these poor, miserable little pricks, the Christian fascists and the bully boys who run around with their big guns, they're just being beaten into the ground. They're just being used and abused. Oh, is there no justice? Oh, the pain. Now, this article that appeared on this right-wing sewer website, which the website called a seismic expose, the article was carefully hedged. Whoever wrote it knew who they were writing to, who would read this. So they were very careful about how they used their descriptions. Many of the claims were posed as questions. Is it true that Joe Biden is a communist? You know, that sort of shit. Other claims were preceded by bullshit caveats like, if it turns out that Joe Biden is a communist, then, oh my God, you know, that kind of thing. If it turns out. Or a question, could it be that? But anyway, the people who read this bullshit, they don't look for the subtleties or the conditional terms, like if it turns out, or allegations that are posed as questions. They ignore, the idiots who read this garbage ignore this, but they amplify the allegations. Jesus God. Now, this story went from this disgusting toilet-like right-wing website to a new home at Fox Sewer. Because over at Fox Sewer, the hosts, the program hosts and their guests constantly push these false voter fraud claims. I mean, that's all they're talking about right now. And they downplay the Capitol insurrection. Oh, a bunch of tourists. And they defend the insurrectionist fuckers who did the riot and who should have been shot on sight. I mean, no, seriously. A couple of people have said to me, well, what about due process? I'm like, oh, fuck due process. What do you do in this instance? What do you do when you're on a battlefield? No, seriously, just stop for a second. What do you do if you're in combat? Now, a lot of people won't know what I'm talking about, and that's cool. But if you're in combat and you're defending a position, maybe it's your bivouac or a certain hill or a certain piece of real estate, but you're defending a position. And all of a sudden, over the hill comes a screaming fucking mob of people who are obviously there to take you out, who want to beat you to death, to kill you, to hang you, to burn what you're defending. What do you do in a combat situation? You open fucking fire is what you do. Because here they come. Here come the enemy. They're attacking you. What are you going to do? Stop and say, hey, listen, fellas, you really shouldn't be doing this, because no, you don't. Okay, so let's move that scenario to the United States Capitol. Your job is to defend the Capitol. That's why you're a Capitol police officer. That's why you're part of the Washington, D.C. National Guard. You have one fucking detail, period, defending the Capitol of the United States. So all of a sudden, you get word that 10,000 degenerate fuckers are heading your way to hang the vice president, kill the Speaker of the House, take various members of the legislative branch hostage. What do you do? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.